Have you ever caught a glimpse of yourself in the mirror and thought, I don't look half bad for my age, only to brush it off as just a fluke? Or maybe you've had someone compliment you on your appearance, and you found yourself wondering, are they just being nice? Well, let me tell you something, chances are you're not giving yourself enough credit. Aging is a beautiful journey, and if you're here watching this, I'm willing to bet you're one of those women who's aging like fine wine. You might not even realize it, but there are clear signs that you're a good-looking older woman, and today we're going to talk about 7 of them. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Good-looking? At my age? Absolutely. Beauty doesn't have an expiration date, and it's not just about what you see on the outside, it's about the way you carry yourself, the energy you radiate, and the little things that make you uniquely you. So whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, this video is for you. Let's dive into the first few signs that you're a good-looking older woman, even if you don't realize it yet. The first sign? People often compliment your smile, and I'm not just talking about the occasional, "you look nice today." I mean genuine, heartfelt compliments about how warm and inviting your smile is. You see, a smile is one of the most powerful tools we have. It's not just about having straight teeth or lipstick that stays put. It's about the joy and confidence that shine through when you smile. If people are constantly telling you how much they love your smile, it's because it lights up the room. It's a reflection of your inner beauty, and that's something no amount of age can take away. Think about it. When was the last time someone told you how great your smile is? Maybe it was a cashier at the grocery store, a neighbor you bumped into on your morning walk, or even a grandchild who said, "Grandma, you have the best smile." Those moments aren't just polite gestures, they're proof that your smile leaves a lasting impression. And here's the thing, a good smile isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling good. When you smile, you're not just brightening someone else's day, you're boosting your own mood too. So if you've been blessed with a smile that people can't stop talking about, take it as a sign that you're doing something right. Now let's talk about the second sign. You have a natural glow. No, I'm not talking about the kind of glow that comes from expensive skincare products or hours spent in front of the mirror. I'm talking about that radiant, healthy glow that comes from within. It's the kind of glow that makes people say, "You look so vibrant," or "What's your secret?" And the truth is, there's no one-size-fits-all answer to that question, because your glow is as unique as you are. Maybe it's the way you take care of yourself, eating well, staying active, and getting enough rest. Or maybe it's the joy you find in the little things, like spending time with loved ones, pursuing a hobby, or simply enjoying a quiet moment with a good book. Whatever it is, it shows. Your skin might have a few more lines than it did 20 years ago, but those lines tell a story of laughter, love, and a life well lived. And that, my friend, is what true beauty is all about. So if you've ever caught yourself thinking, "I wish I could turn back the clock," stop right there. That glow you have, it's not something you can buy in a bottle, it's the result of years of wisdom, resilience, and self-care. And if people are constantly telling you how great you look, it's because they see that glow too. Now let's move on to the third sign. You have a timeless sense of style. Whether you're someone who loves to dress up or prefers to keep things simple, there's something about the way you put yourself together that turns heads. It's not about following the latest trends or wearing the most expensive clothes, it's about knowing what works for you and owning it. Maybe you have a favorite color that always makes you feel confident, or perhaps you've mastered the art of accessorizing with just the right scarf or piece of jewelry. Whatever it is, your style is a reflection of your personality, and that's something that never goes out of fashion. And let's not forget the confidence that comes with it. When you feel good in what you're wearing, it shows. People notice that confidence, and it's one of the things that makes you so attractive. So the next time you're getting dressed and you find yourself second-guessing your outfit, remember this, your sense of style is timeless for a reason. It's not about trying to look younger or fit into someone else's idea of beauty. It's about embracing who you are and letting your true self shine through. And trust me, that's something no one can resist. Now that we've covered these first 3 signs, let's take a moment to reflect. If any of these resonate with you, whether it's your smile, your natural glow, or your timeless sense of style, it's time to give yourself a little credit. You're a good-looking older woman, and it's about time you started believing it. But we're just getting started. There are more signs to explore, and I can't wait to share them with you. So let's keep going, shall we? Absolutely. Let's keep this conversation going. Now that we've touched on your radiant smile, your natural glow, and your timeless sense of style, let's dive into the next sign that you're a good-looking older woman, even if you don't always see it yourself. The fourth sign? You have a magnetic presence. Have you ever walked into a room and noticed people turning their heads, not because you're making a grand entrance, but simply because there's something about you that draws them in? That's your presence at work. It's not about being the loudest or the most outgoing person in the room. It's about the quiet confidence and warmth you exude without even trying. Think about it. When you're at a family gathering, do people naturally gravitate toward you? Do they seek out your advice, your stories, or just your company? That's because your presence is comforting and inspiring. You have a way of making people feel seen and heard, and that's a rare and beautiful quality. It's not something you can fake or force, it's just who you are. And that authenticity is incredibly attractive. Now, let's talk about the fifth sign. You take care of yourself, inside and out. This isn't about chasing youth or trying to look like you did in your 30s. It's about honoring your body, your mind, and your spirit. Maybe you've found a skincare routine that works for you, or perhaps you make it a point to stay active, whether it's through walking, yoga, or dancing around the kitchen while you cook. Whatever it is, you've made self-care a priority, and it shows. But it's not just about the physical stuff. Taking care of yourself also means nurturing your mental and emotional well-being. Maybe you've learned to let go of things that no longer serve you, or you've found ways to stay curious and engaged with the world around you. Maybe you've even discovered the joy of saying no when you need to, so you can say yes to the things that truly matter. All of these choices add up, and they contribute to the vibrant, healthy, and attractive person you are today. And here's the thing, when you take care of yourself, it sends a powerful message to the people around you. It says, I value myself, and I'm worth the effort. That kind of self-respect is incredibly appealing, and it's one of the reasons people are drawn to you. So if you've ever doubted whether all those little acts of self-care are worth it, let me assure you, they are. You're living proof that taking care of yourself is one of the best investments you can make. Now, let's move on to the sixth sign. You have a youthful energy. Notice I didn't say you look young, because this isn't about trying to turn back the clock. It's about the way you move through the world with curiosity, enthusiasm, and a sense of adventure. Maybe you're the kind of person who's always learning something new, whether it's a language, a craft, or how to use the latest technology. Or perhaps you're the one who's always up for a spontaneous outing, a road trip, or even just trying a new recipe. That energy is contagious. It's not about being busy or productive in the way society often defines those words. It's about staying engaged with life and finding joy in the everyday moments. And when you do that, it shows. People notice the sparkle in your eye, the spring in your step, and the way you light up when you talk about the things you love. That's the kind of energy that keeps you feeling and looking young at heart. So if you've ever been told, you don't look your age, or you have such a youthful spirit, take it as a compliment. It's not about denying your age or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about embracing life with open arms and letting your inner light shine through. And that, my friend, is one of the most attractive qualities anyone can have. Now, before we wrap up this part of our conversation, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've covered so far. We've talked about your radiant smile, your natural glow, your timeless sense of style, your magnetic presence, your commitment to self-care, and your youthful energy. If any of these resonate with you, it's time to start seeing yourself the way others see you, as a beautiful, vibrant, and confident woman who's aging with grace and style. But we're not done yet. There's one more sign to explore, and it's a big one. So let's keep this conversation going, because the best is yet to come. Let's dive into the final sign that you're a good-looking older woman, even if you don't always realize it. This one is perhaps the most important of all because it ties everything together. Are you ready? Here it is. You embrace your age with confidence and grace. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Confidence? Grace? That sounds easier said than done. And you're absolutely right. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you cultivate over time. But here's the thing, if you've made it this far in life, you've already proven that you're stronger and more resilient than you might give yourself credit for. And that strength? It shows. Think about it. When you walk into a room, do you hold your head high? When someone asks your age, do you say it with pride, or do you hesitate and downplay it? The way you carry yourself speaks volumes. Confidence isn't about being perfect or having all the answers, it's about owning who you are, flaws, wrinkles, and all. And when you do that, people can't help but take notice. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're at a social gathering and someone asks you how you're doing. Instead of brushing it off with a quick, "Oh, I'm fine," you smile and say, "I'm doing great. Life is good, and I'm enjoying every moment." That kind of positivity and self-assurance is magnetic. It tells people that you're comfortable in your own skin, and that's incredibly attractive. But here's the real secret. Confidence isn't just about how you present yourself to others. It's also about how you talk to yourself. Do you look in the mirror and focus on the things you wish were different, or do you take a moment to appreciate the woman staring back at you, the one who's lived, loved, and learned so much over the years? The way you see yourself matters. When you start to embrace your age with kindness and gratitude, it changes everything. And that's where grace comes in. Grace isn't about being poised or polished all the time, it's about handling life's ups and downs with dignity and resilience. Maybe you've faced challenges, health issues, loss, or changes in your lifestyle. But here you are, still standing, still smiling, still finding joy in the little things. That's grace. And it's one of the most beautiful qualities a person can have. So, if you've ever doubted whether you're aging, well, let me tell you this. Aging well isn't about looking like you did in your 20s or 30s. It's about living fully, loving deeply, and embracing every stage of life with an open heart. It's about knowing that your worth isn't tied to your appearance, but to the person you are inside. And when you live that truth, it radiates outward in the most beautiful way. Now let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. We've covered 7 clear signs that you're a good-looking older woman, even if you don't always realize it. Your radiant smile, your natural glow, your timeless sense of style, your magnetic presence, your commitment to self-care, your youthful energy, and your confidence and grace. Each of these signs is a reflection of the incredible woman you are inside and out. But here's the thing, beauty isn't a competition. It's not about comparing yourself to anyone else or trying to meet some impossible standard. It's about embracing your unique journey and celebrating the person you've become. So, the next time you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror, I want you to pause for a moment. Look at that woman staring back at you, the one with the laugh lines, the wisdom in her eyes, and the strength in her spirit. That woman is beautiful, and she deserves to know it. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Aging is a privilege. Not everyone gets to grow older, and every year is a gift. So, whether you're in your 60s, 70s, 80s, or beyond, remember that you're not just aging, you're thriving. You're living proof that beauty doesn't fade, it evolves. And that's something to be proud of. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Do any of these signs resonate with you? Have you noticed people complimenting your smile or telling you how great you look? Or maybe you've started to see yourself in a new light after watching this video. Whatever it is, share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's celebrate each other and remind ourselves that beauty has no age limit. Let's go deeper into this conversation and explore some practical tips for boosting confidence, share relatable stories about embracing aging, and discuss how to cultivate a positive mindset as we grow older. This will help us continue the narrative in a way that feels natural, engaging, and empowering for our audience. You know, confidence is one of those things that can feel elusive at times, especially as we age. We might look in the mirror and notice changes, lines we didn't have before, hair that's turned silver, or a body that doesn't move quite the way it used to. It's easy to focus on what's different or what we think we've lost, but here's the thing. Confidence isn't about ignoring those changes. It's about embracing them and finding beauty in the journey. So, let's talk about some practical ways to boost that confidence and cultivate a mindset that helps you feel your best, no matter your age. First, let's start with something simple but powerful: reframing your self talk. How often do you catch yourself thinking, "I'm too old for this," or "I wish I looked like I used to"? Those thoughts can sneak up on us, but the good news is, we have the power to change them. Instead of focusing on what you think you've lost, try shifting your perspective to what you've gained. For example, instead of saying, "I don't look young anymore," try saying, "I've earned every one of these laugh lines, and they tell the story of a life well lived." It might feel a little awkward at first, but over time, this kind of positive self-talk can work wonders for your confidence. Here's a personal story to illustrate this. I once met a woman named Margaret at a community event. She was in her late 70s and had the most incredible energy. When I complimented her on her vibrant personality, she laughed and said, "Oh honey, it took me decades to stop worrying about what other people thought of me. Now, I wake up every morning and say, 'Margaret, you're here, you're healthy, and you've got a whole day to enjoy.' That's my secret." Her words stuck with me because they were such a beautiful reminder that confidence starts with how we talk to ourselves. Another practical tip is to celebrate your strengths. As we age, it's easy to focus on the things we can't do as easily as we used to. But what about all the things you can do? Maybe you're a fantastic listener, or you have a knack for making people feel at ease. Maybe you've developed a skill or hobby over the years that brings you joy and fulfillment. Take a moment to write down 3 things you're proud of, whether it's your resilience, your creativity, or your ability to make the best apple pie anyone's ever tasted. When you focus on your strengths, it's easier to feel confident in who you are. Now, let's talk about surrounding yourself with positivity. Confidence doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's influenced by the people and environments around us. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, whether it's from certain people or even the media you consume, it can take a toll on how you see yourself. So, take a look at your inner circle. Are there people who lift you up and make you feel good about yourself? Spend more time with them. And if there are people who drain your energy or make you feel less than, it's okay to set boundaries. You deserve to be around people who celebrate you for who you are. Here's another story that comes to mind. A friend of mine, Linda, told me about her decision to join a local book club after her husband passed away. At first, she was nervous. She hadn't been part of a social group in years, but she took the leap, and it turned out to be one of the best decisions she ever made. The women in the group became her cheerleaders, encouraging her to share her thoughts and even try new things, like leading a discussion or hosting a gathering. Over time, Linda's confidence grew, not just in the group, but in all areas of her life. She told me, "It's amazing what happens when you surround yourself with people who believe in you." Finally, let's talk about taking care of your body and mind. Confidence isn't just about how you look, it's about how you feel. When you prioritize your health and well-being, it shows. That doesn't mean you have to run a marathon or follow a strict diet. It's about finding what works for you. Maybe it's taking a daily walk, practicing yoga, or simply drinking more water. Maybe it's carving out time for a hobby you love, or learning something new. When you take care of yourself, you send a powerful message to your brain. I matter and I'm worth the effort. And let's not forget about the power of gratitude. Cultivating a positive mindset starts with appreciating what you have. Each day, take a moment to reflect on something you're grateful for, whether it's a beautiful sunrise, a kind word from a friend, or the fact that you woke up feeling good. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant in your life, and that can make all the difference in how you see yourself and the world around you. If this chat sparked something in you, maybe a little aha moment, or even just a smile, do me a favor, hit that like button and hit subscribe. Not because I'm asking you to, but because you deserve to have more of this kind of energy in your life. More reminders that you're amazing, just as you are. And here's the thing, confidence isn't about being perfect, it's about showing up as you, flaws, laugh lines and all. It's about looking in the mirror and saying, "You know what, I'm pretty fantastic." And if that feels hard some days, that's okay. We're all a work in progress. So, let's keep this conversation going. Let's keep lifting each other up, sharing stories and celebrating the beauty of aging, because it is beautiful. You've lived, you've loved, and you've learned. And that's something to be proud of. Here's to you, to your strength, your wisdom and your incredible journey. Keep shining, my friend. The world is better with you in it.